fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to break down tonight's game between the Titans and the Jaguars tonight, which is already underway. And the Jaguars are up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. So we'll break it all down as what I feel they're going to need to do, and I know what fans that feel the Jaguar fans know what the Jaguars need to do. And we'll get to all of that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question. What Titans QB was named to the Pro Bowl despite throwing more interceptions than touchdowns? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Well, it's Thursday Night Football Week 3. The Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars are squaring off right now at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. And the Jaguars are up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Now, the Titans are coming off a 2-point loss to the Indianapolis Colts in Week 2 last week. And they played a good game, but they just fell short in the end, and they just could not get the win. And so the Titans, I know, are hoping to have a better game tonight. And Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota is back under the national spotlight again tonight, so he's really hoping to have a good game and get the Titans to 2-1. And I do feel that the Titans defense is really going to have to dominate and put the pressure on Jacksonville's defense. And I just really feel they got to really, and the Jaguars are going to have to really put the pressure on the Titans defense besides their offense. And they're going to have to. They have already struck early, the Jaguars, because they're up 14-0 right now. So the Titans need to get their act together. And the Jaguars are coming off a 1-point nail-biter loss to the Houston Texans last week. Neither the Titans or Jaguars have time to lick their wounds after their losses in Week 2, because they really got. And because they got to really show their stuff in this game tonight, and the Jaguars already are. Now, how will the Jaguars utilize Jalen Ramsey? Ramsey will be in his Jaguars uniform, and he will play in tonight's game against the Titans, perhaps for the last time with the Jaguars. The team that drafted him, fifth overall in 2016. Jacksonville's star cornerback, the face and voice of the franchise, the defining personality of the Saxonville defense, as they call it, asked for a trade following the Jags' Week 2 loss in Houston, during which he got into a sideline spat with Doug Marrone, the Jaguars head coach, or I think defensive coordinator, excuse me. And is water, and they say, and the two have since insisted the exchange is water under the dam's Point Bridge, and the fight is behind them. But even if Ramsey plays on Thursday, as expected, his career could be in Duval could be soon behind him as well. If Ramsey is to be traded, and it is expected to happen on Friday, according to NFL Network's insider Ian Rappaport. Now, Rappaport says Jags are unlikely to trade Ramsey before Thursday Night Football. Now, so in what could be Jalen's last jamboree in Jacksonville, how will the Jaguars use him? The CB's frustration with the organization reportedly stems him from playing more zone coverage than less man-to-man than he would prefer. And I don't know if I can agree with that, but I possibly do, but I'm not sure. Now, could Jacksonville have Ramsey follow Tennessee's number one receiver on Thursday night? And And who even is Tennessee's number one receiver? Corey Davis, Tennessee's top 5 pick from 2017, is the third most targeted wide receiver, which is number 8, behind tight end Delane Walker, number 12, and 2019 second-round pick A.J. Brown, number 9. In 4 previous meetings against Jacksonville, Davis saw just 2 targets and no receptions versus Ramsey in coverage, according to Pro Football Focus. Now, overall, Ramsey has allowed 10 receptions, 124 yards, and no scores in coverage in 6 games against Tennessee. Whoever is matched up against Ramsey figures to have a quiet night. The CB's is coming off holding perhaps the game's Rangers receiver DeAndre Hopkins to 4 interceptions for 27 yards in coverage. Now, how quiet trade talks are for Ramsey will be during and after Thursday Night Football. However, is a factor not even next-gen stats can quantify. Now, if Ramsey is traded, it will happen on Friday, as I indicated. And now, Graham Kershaw is quarterbacking for the Jaguars tonight, and will he be able to get the job done? And will Jacksonville's defense be able to put the pressure on the Titans tonight? That's going to be the big question there. And can they avoid going to 0-3? And can Tennessee go to 2-1? And Marcus Mariota really has to really put the pressure on Tennessee and keep Tennessee's quarterback on the ground. And really sack him a lot. And Mariota needs to not get sacked whatsoever. So we're really going to have to see what happens with this game tonight. This is going to be a good game between the Titans and the Jaguars. Well, I have my Thursday night pick of the week in just a moment. But right now, it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question. What Titans QB was named to the Pro Bowl despite throwing more interceptions than touchdowns? And if you said Vince Young, you are correct. In his rookie season, Vince Young, in his rookie season, was named the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player Rookie of the Year, and was named to the AFC Pro Bowl team as a reserve despite throwing more interceptions, 13, than touchdowns. And I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will probably be most likely on Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday, the early games pregame show. Before all the early games, and I will have the late games early games postgame show, late games pregame show when the early games have concluded, and preview the late games. And then Sunday Night Football, which the Browns will play the Rams on Sunday Night Football, and I'll break down that one. And Monday Night Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football, and that will be the Chicago Bears and the Washington Redskins. So I will break down all those games, tune in for that. And so right now it's time for my Thursday Night Football pick of the week between the Titans and Jaguars, and I am going with the Tennessee Titans. Even though they're playing on the road in Jacksonville, I think even though Jacksonville's up 14-0 and they want to avoid an 0-3 start, I feel Tennessee is going to get the win on the road tonight, and I'm going with the Titans. And my brother-in-law, I have not gotten his Thursday night pick yet, but I do feel, I think he's going to go with the probably the Jaguars, because he is in. He'll probably go with the team that's, even though they're the underdog. He's probably going to go with the Titans. Excuse me, I'm going to give him the Titans because he'll probably go with Tennessee, even though they're playing on the road in Jacksonville, and he'll probably think that the Titans will get the win over the Jaguars tonight. Well, That's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. And right now, the Jaguars are up 14-0 after the first quarter. They're in the second quarter. And I will be back with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show once the Titans-Jaguars game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.